Hey guys, Chris here, back from CNH Smallage. I want to do a quick video. I had some free time here on Saturday. Can't do a video outside, but it's currently raining out there, and I got to do it inside with some poor lighting here, so I apologize to this guy. So we're doing probably about a 5 or 10 minute video here detailing the enhanced USGI enhanced follower magazine here for the U.S. Army. This is the one that came out with I think about 4, 5, 6 years ago. The enhanced performance magazine specifically for the M855A round, M855A1 round specifically for that. And I had the ammunition I have over here currently. This ammunition will work perfectly fine in your enhanced round and enhanced magazine, I should say, for that. This is the M855, basic round, stuff like that. This is what I have here typically in my stock over here. I have my system's M855. And this is what it looks like side by side, comparison between each like 3 different types I have here specifically for that. Got the IMI system stuff right here. That's what it looks like in a box. And this is what it looks like right here. It's probably about the most cleanest looking ammunition for the green tip stuff out there for reference. That's what it looks like. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. That's good stuff. And we also have the Lithuanian brand right here. This is what the Lithuanian M855 stuff looks like right here. Comes in a 50 round package, 5.56 NATO ball. That's double speak for M855 round. It does not have a green tip designation on the end of the actual bullet. So this is what it looks like here for the Lithuanian stuff right here. It's non-green. It's non-green tip, even though it basically meets the green tip specifications right here. It's made by GGG in Lithuania right here for this is 2015 production stuff right there. So it's good stuff, burns pretty clean and hot. And the last stuff we have over here is good old PMC X-Tac stuff over here as well too. This stuff is also good. It's also the 5.56 NATO stuff right here, green tip as well too. And this is what it looks like here in the actual box right here for reference. Good stuff, runs fine, works great. Never had a single problem with it out there, other than sometimes it has hard primers on it. I have the Purple Spring and a couple of my low receivers over here. And sometimes I get like one fail to ignite. I'd say about maybe 50 to 75 rounds of that stuff. So using the other stuff right here, never had a single problem. And never had a single problem with the good old IMI green tip as well too. So enough of the BS. We'll get back to the video here for the TAM magazine. This is what the TAM magazine looks like, the enhanced performance magazine, tan color. This is what it looks like externally. It's the bottom, the front, and also the other side right there as well too, and the spine area as well too for that for reference. This is the Army's answer to basically improve the feeding of the M855A1 round. The M855A1 round has a enhanced penetrator on the front of the bullet right there specifically for that. And what happened was, if you used your typical USGI magazines, the front of the bullet was striking onto the M4 feed ramp area, and what it was doing, it was causing damage to it. So they had to come up with a way to feed the ammunition at a more steeper angle. So what this magazine does is it totally totally ignores the M4 and the older rifle feed ramp for the actual feed ramps on the actual magazine, or the actual, I should say, the upper receiver right there for that. So you have the enhanced feed lips on this one right here. So what they do is they up angle the actual bullet going into the chamber, so it totally ignores the M4 and the M16 style feed ramps in the actual upper receiver right here for that, so you don't have any kind of a damage that should happen to the upper receiver after you use this magazine. And the other magazines we have here also do the same function, so you can basically either use this magazine, you can use the OK Industries magazine, you can also use the HK magazine here as well too, and also the good old Gen 3 PMag from Magpul as well too. So I'll do a comparison here so you can actually see what they look like side by side for reference here points as well too, guys. So what I have in the magazines right now is good old green tip for reference points right here, so you can see what they look like side by side specifically for that. And you can see they got a slight up angle better than the typical USGI magazines. So that's what it looks like from side by side. You'll notice the angle is a bit steeper on the USGI magazine, the tan one right here. And what that does is it provides a more positive feed going into the chamber for your upper receiver. And here's the other magazine here, the good old PMag with the window, tan. This is currently the standard issue now, I think, for the U.S. Marine Corps now as well too. This is basically identical to the other one as well too, so I'll give you a shot of that one as a reference. So that's what it looks like side by side with the PMag and the USGI tan magazine right there as well too. And we've got the next one here, good old Kraut Space Magic magazine. This one is, I believe it's slightly longer than the other ones right here as well too. If you compare the USG or the I won't call the PMag to the USGI magazine, this one, or the PMag to the HK Gen 3 one. This one has a slightly longer magazine body right here for reference. So you can actually see that by side here for reference. It's only about maybe a couple centimeters right there for the bits. This is something to mention here. And here's the enhanced feed lips for this one as well too. Comparing these side by side. Right there, enhanced feed lips for the HK Gen 3 polymer magazine. It looks like. And with the last one here, which is the aluminum bodied Sure Feed by OK Industries. This is their G2 specific model. Sure Feed 556. Good old G2. And it has the OK Industries logo on the bottom of the magazine right here for reference as well too. So we'll show you what that looks like. These two are basically identical in the actual length of the magazine's body specifically for that. So I'll give you a shot of these two right here. This one also is being listed as enhanced fitting right here for that. So all these magazines should be okay for using the M855A1 cartridge specifically for that, because they all have the enhanced geometry for the actual feed lips to project the bullet directly up into the chamber and totally ignore the M4 and the rifle length feed ramp area here specifically for that. So that's what it looks like side by side. Give it a better shot here, sorry about that. There we go. Zoom out here a little bit to get a better focus. Doesn't want to focus right, sorry about that. There we go. You can tell in this one right here, the USGI magazine has a slightly more up positive angle than the OK Industries one right here for reference. Even though the OK Industries one is being sold as a enhanced or called more better magazine. We'll try to see and show you a different angle right here for reference. There we go. Let me see a better angle right. Let me see get a good shot. There we go. You can probably barely notice it, but it definitely is there. The OK Industries has a slightly lower angle on the actual mag body. When they actually, it looks like it's going straight up. The tan one, it looks like it's maybe about 1 millimeter slightly higher than the other one, the first magazine right here for that. Let me see if I can get a better angle here to show you that. Try to do this one-handed right here, so I apologize for that. Okay, there we go. There, now you can probably see it now. It's slightly higher, the USGI tan one right there for reference, so you can see the slight up angle when compared to the OK Industries. Let me see if I can get a better hold this thing still more for you guys. Right there, that looks good. There you go. That's probably the best photo or best video clip I can make for that one specific magazine. You can definitely see and notice that the tan magazine has a more steep angle right there for that, and what that does is it eliminates the possibility of the front of the M855A1 bullet striking to the M4 feed ramps, and that basically will keep your gun you know, functional, and it will not damage the M4 style feed ramps out there for that. You can get a better shot here with the other ones I had here as well too for that. Okay, but these ones is kind of difficult when you got a polymer magazine to try and compare it with a steel magazine, because each one has a different body length on here for that specifically as well too. And you can also notice on this one here as well too, you can see right on the side right there, guys, the Gen 3 HK magazine. The angle from where the bullet's going to be pushed up in the chamber is on a slightly less angle compared to the tan magazine right there as well too. So I'm just going to zoom out here a little bit, just a teeny bit more. There we go. Sorry about that. So there you go for that. And we got the good old tan magazine right here for PMag Gen 3. This thing side by side. Hold on with me. Bear with me here for a couple seconds. I get this thing angled up here at a better angle. Okay, right. It doesn't want to cooperate too good there. Okay, there we go. That's probably as best I can make it right there for that. So there you go. There's a picture with the enhanced magazine in the background and the Gen 3 one up front. So you can definitely see how the noticeable difference is between the two right there. The PMag, you have a noticeable slightly lower difference right there. It's more the USGI one is on more of a positive or up angle right there specifically. Okay, next one we got here again is a good old camo one here. This is basically identical to the one I just did right here, but I just want to have two for comparison purposes, so you can see the non-windowed, which is a newer generation, and the older one that does not have any kind of window in the back right here. So the other one we had here was the windowed one, and this is the earlier generation one that does not have any kind of windows for reference. There we go. And as you see before, the bullet in the USGI tan enhanced one has a slightly better up angle when compared to the polymer PMag. I guess try to get a better side shot right about there. So here you go, guys. That's probably about the best comparison I can probably make for the magazines right here, depending on which one you actually have. So this has been a comparison between having the USGI magazine, specifically comparing it to another enhanced, like USGI type G2 from the shore feed. We did the comparison with the HK magazine here as well too, and the comparison with the two different generations of the PMag, the Gen 3 with the window on the side, and the earlier Generation 3 with the non-window, comparing it to the USGI enhanced function magazine right here for reference points. And the ammunition we're also having in the video here is good old PMag or PMC ammunition from Korea. That's green tip M855 C2 grain ammunition. The other stuff we had here was the Lithuanian answer to the green tip. It's non-green tip, even though it is manufactured to NATO specifications for green tip ammunition, so that's why it does not have the green tip designation on the end of the actual bullet here specifically. And my personal favorite green tip, good old IMI. This is probably the cleanest brass I've ever seen out there for reference points as well too. Plus, it has less dents and nicks in the actual brass as well too. So this is my personal favorite right here for green tip ammunition if you want to buy in bulk. And I personally recommend going to SG Ammo if you want to buy a big quantity of this stuff. They typically have the best price, and the ammunition ships out in a relatively short amount of time for reference points. So if anybody has any questions about the video I had here specifically for that, the only reason I made this video was because one of my friends online asked me to do some kind of like a quick, or you want to call it in-depth comparison for the actual feed angles for the actual magazine types right here for us. So that's why I try to make it as about as thorough as possible for you. So if anybody has any questions, comments, whatnot, feel free to leave me a message here, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I possibly can with some kind of basic information you might need. I'll see you guys Have a nice day.